thanks for joining me. This episode is part 2 of how to get your house under control. So it's time to gear up for your cleaning session. Now, you probably won't have time to do everything I'm about to say, but these are just some suggestions to get you up and moving, okay? Maybe you need to freshen up and put on something comfortable yet presentable, get dressed for the day, so to speak. Or maybe you need to start a load of laundry in the washing machine. You also might need to get your house smelling fresh by taking out the trash and starting a wax warmer. Another thing that might help you is opening up your curtains or blinds to let some natural light in. And one of the benefits of doing that is it might force you to quickly straighten up your front room to avoid embarrassment when a neighbor walks by or something. But the light's going to do you good as well. My mom keeps her house immaculate, but she always says she doesn't want to be on display, like when the windows or curtains are open. So opening up your front blinds to let light in could just mean turning them slightly upward so it lets in some light, but people can't actually see you. Okay? In part 1, we talked about deep cleaning your kitchen, going more minimalist in there, and then focusing on daily routines to keep it up. So if you haven't heard that, be sure and go back and listen to part 1, the kitchen. Now, if you haven't already guessed, we're planning to deep clean every room in your house during this series and raise the standard in each area as we get it looking its best. In this episode, we're going to focus on cleaning and raising the standard in the living areas and bathrooms. So once you've geared up for your cleaning session, you're going to want to gather up your dishes so that you can at least get those out of the way so that we can focus on your living room and bathroom, which are the focuses of this episode. But I do encourage you, if you have dirty dishes somewhere in your house, whether they're in the sink, on your bedroom nightstand, in a teenager's room, in the living room, let's get all those dishes gathered up to the sink area. Let's put away all of our clean dishes, whether that's emptying a drying rack, emptying the dishwasher. And remember, one of the new habits that I emphasized in the last episode was that you want to try to empty your drying rack and or dishwasher first thing in the morning. That way it's easy to do dishes throughout the day and avoid pile-ups. Okay, and maybe you're still gearing up for your cleaning session. Maybe you're starting that load of laundry, straightening your front entrance area, taking out the trash, getting your house smelling good. But once you do that, I want you to get all your dishes to the kitchen. You're going to want to get those dishes done. That's just such a springboard task. I mean, once your front entrance, your immediate front entrance is straightened up, and if you have a dishwasher, you've gotten it running, or if you're washing by hand, you've gotten everything pre-rinsed and then soaking, that can work wonders as far as your morale. You want to, get things going in the kitchen, get that under control right away. Because even when you fall behind on dishes, you're facing a disaster, as I call it, where not everything's going to fit in the dishwasher, or you have more than one load to do. Just getting that first sink load pre-rinsed and soaking, or getting that dishwasher running by doing an empty, reload, and run. Sure, there might still be remaining items in your kitchen, but once you take that first step, you feel more in control, which can be a game changer. So we're only going to spend a few minutes in the kitchen today, since that's not really the focus of the episode. So I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to quickly get those dishes under control. Maybe you need to throw away some trash that's on the countertop, or maybe you're just quickly loading your dishwasher or getting that first sink load soaking. You can come back to it later. I'm really into soaking things to avoid scrubbing. Not this perpetual cycle, though, of always having something left soaking, but I'm talking about the soaking that happens when you get something soaking and then work in another area of your home. I'm super big on that. So whether you need to get your dishwasher running, get some items soaking, or maybe both, let's wrap that up so that we can talk about your living room. Now, the key to perpetually clean living areas is not keeping much in those areas of your home. This means not leaving your living room or family room without something in your hand, and not leaving things in the entryway when you first walk in. It also means coming up with storage solutions for the few items you'll be keeping in your sitting rooms, like your living room, family room, den, or whatever. At the most, you might need a couple of throw blankets, your TV remotes, video game controllers, and maybe a few toys for your kids, grandkids, or pets. Those toy boxes should be small to prevent overwhelming amounts of clutter when the kids or pets are playing. And of course, your blankets can be folded and draped over furniture or placed into a basket or storage ottoman. And your remotes and such can go on an end table, or better yet, in a drawer or a small basket or container. I'm not asking you to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. I'm talking about utilizing the storage solutions that you already have. And, maybe there's something else that you have, like a craft that you work on. You're going to want like a box to keep that stuff in. Like if you always do your crocheting or knitting on the couch or something, have a container for that. You want things to be contained and just visually relaxing in your living areas. These are not storage rooms. These are your showcase areas. The key to a perpetually clean living room or family room is not keeping much in that room. This means not leaving that room without something in your hand, not leaving your shoes out in the middle of the floor, not leaving things in the entryway when you walk in. It also means coming up with storage solutions for the few items you'll be keeping in those sitting rooms. I'm talking about your living room, family room, den, bonus room, whatever. At most, you need a couple of throw blankets, your TV remotes and video game controllers, and maybe a few toys for your kids, grandkids, or pets. Okay? Now, your toy boxes should be small to keep you from getting overwhelmed with toys everywhere when the kids or pets are playing. And of course, the blankets can just be folded or draped over your furniture or placed in a basket or storage ottoman. And your remotes and game controllers could either go on an end table or in a drawer, or you could have a little tray or basket for those. I'm big on little trays and baskets that allow you to quickly, dust a surface or whatever. If your front entrance is part of your living room, it's important to have what I call a launch pad, where you have a designated area for your keys and any items you're planning to take with you the next time you leave the house. Some people might even need a bench that they put their shoes under, like if they don't wear shoes in the house and they like to put them on right at the front door. But your entryway is that one part of your home that everyone's going to see, even if they're just stopping by to drop something off or whatever. You may not even be inviting them in, but they're going to be looking into your house when you open that front door. And it's also the first impression area when the other people you live with get home, and you want them to see that you've cleaned. Let's face it, starting at the front door is key. Now, when I'm talking about the launch pad, I'll give you an example. I have an upright piano in my entryway. On top of it, there's a basket for keys. Now, when I'm getting ready to go somewhere, I'll often place a tote bag on the piano bench. As I make my lunch, I'm putting it into the tote bag. When I fill my water bottle, I'm putting it in there. And so that's how I get ready to go somewhere, but I'm not cluttering up the floor or anything because I might be vacuuming right before I leave. So that's kind of what I mean by a launch pad. There's also a mirror above my piano to kind of check my appearance as I'm heading out the door. But yours might not be a piano. It might be just a small, bookcase or a little table or something. Or you might just have a key rack on the wall. But I feel like there needs to be a surface for like your purse, your bags, your kids' backpacks as they're getting ready to go. So enough chit chat. Let's get to work in your living room if you haven't already done so. Let's start clearing those surfaces. I like to start by clearing anything off the floor because there's nothing messier than just clutter on the floor. Makes me crazy. Pick up those shoes. If your dog shredded a stuffed animal, pick up all that foam. If your kids have toys out and they're taking a nap right now, pick up after them. If not, involve them. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, everybody. Do your share. Teach your kids to pick up their toys. But let's get everything picked up off of the floor. You might not have a lot on the floor, but then of course you're going to also clear your couches, your end tables, your coffee table, and even that surface in your entryway that you use as a launch pad. I'm kind of assuming that your entryway is in your front room, but I realize it might be a separate foyer area, or you might be in your family room, which is deeper into your home. I always call the front room the living room, and if there's a second living area, I call that the family room. We just have that one quote unquote great room. We call it the living room, and the entryway is just the tile area in that room. So you're going to want to straighten your couch cushions, dust off any crumbs or debris. You might even need to use a lint roller to remove pet hair. You might need to vacuum your cushions. And your bonus task today, should you choose to accept it, because this is a deep cleaning episode, is to remove those bottom cushions of your couch and start pulling out all that debris. You're going to need a trash bag for this. And you might find some of those long lost spoons and forks that keep disappearing. You might find plenty of pens and pencils. You might be asking yourself why you bought so many pencils. If you have school-age kids, you might be asking why you bought so many pencils at the beginning of the year when there are a lot of pencils in your couch cushions. You might find socks. Who knows? There could be a lot worse things lurking, but you know, when you have a guest that drops their keys or their vape or whatever and starts reaching in your cushions, you're going to thank me that I had you clean this area out. Okay. So clean out the inside of your cushions if you have time, or if you have just a lot of surface clutter to deal with today, you might want to save that task for another day. Obviously, when you've got company coming any minute, sometimes you have to let those hidden chores slide, like cleaning out the cushions. But again, they could reach in there. Probably not, but it could happen. So you're going to fix your couches. You're going to straighten those cushions. Pause the episode and listen to some music if you found just a treasure trove of miscellaneous items under your cushions. But maybe you've been keeping up. And so we'll move on from that. Then you're going to dust from top to bottom. You've got to be observant during this stage. You're going to want to look up at those high corners. Obviously, if you have super high vaulted ceilings, you might need to get a step ladder or some other ladder. I mean, only do things like this if you're healthy enough to do so. But you're going to, maybe you have a pole or a long broom or whatever, but you're going to want to knock out any corner cobwebs. If you're able to reach the top corners of your living room, I am. Okay, we're not that bougie. I can reach my ceiling. It's a little higher than the bedrooms and whatnot, but it's not super high. So I can do things like dust my fan with a dust mop and knock out any cobwebs that might appear in the corners. Probably the next thing down could be your blinds. You might need to dust your blinds, whether you have a blind dusting tool or you're just using like a damp rag, or even one of those pre-moistened Swiffer pads. The generic version's fine. Wipe those blinds down after you close them. That's one way you can do it, and then you can continue on and wipe down the windowsills. Sometimes with the smaller mini blinds, like the kind that you might have in an apartment or a rental house that have the really skinny slats, sometimes those are easy to just pop out, take outside and hose down. But I'm recording this in the dead of winter. It might be too cold for that. Let's just dust them as best as we can. You may have drapes or curtains that can go into the washing machine. And you might even want to wash the insides of one of your windows. I have 3 windows in my living room. I've got the big picture window on the front of the house where you can see who's walking up and everything. That one's probably the most important one. If you're not really into washing windows, wash that front window inside and out. It can make a huge difference in your perspective and the look of the exterior of your home. If it's too cold, just wash the inside today. Another thing that I would like to see you do is dust your other surfaces. I'm talking about your furniture. Okay, in my living room, it's one end table, one coffee table, a TV stand, which has drawers in it. Remember I talked about storage solutions? And storage solutions don't always involve buying furniture. You can probably find some kind of a basket or a bin in your house that you could stick in a corner somewhere. What I've been doing I do have 2 cute baskets, but they're not for blankets. But what I've been doing with throw blankets, in between where my 2 couches form an L, and there's an end table there, or a side table, if you will, that table has a little shelf under it. So you can fold the throw blankets and stick them under that end table on that little shelf, and that works for us. My ottoman, unfortunately, is not a storage ottoman, but I usually only buy ottomans that open up. This time it doesn't open, but it was what matched these couches that I got for super cheap. And the one that I ordered online, they somehow forgot to charge me for it. So I got a great deal. One of them I got in person, one I ordered online from that same store. Anyway, I got a great deal, so I can't complain that the ottoman doesn't open up. But we do have a lot of other storage in our living room. We've got a pop-up coffee table. That side table, like I said, has a shelf underneath. There's a shelf underneath the coffee table. I don't keep anything under there because there's no reason to. I don't have that many throw blankets, and I like them stored a little more out of sight if I'm not draping them over the couches. Anyway, I got sidetracked, but there's a couple drawers in the TV stand for video game gear. Then there are 2 cute decorative baskets. What I mean by that, these are containers that are almost square, and they have wires, and then there's like a little canvas liner, and then one side of it is wooden, and it says something on it. It's kind of farmhousey. Remember that phase? I don't get all new stuff when the fads change. I wait till stuff is like ruined to replace it. But one of them is for additional gaming gear and cords and stuff, because my boys are serious gamers. Even my teenage daughter, to an extent, does play video games. And then the other one is a toy box for my grandkids when they visit. But these are small, they match each other, and they go on the shelf under that TV stand. Okay. Nowadays, a lot of us are going even more minimalist and doing like a wall mount. I'm excited to get a wall mount for the TV in my bedroom. My husband's saying, like, wait till we get a bigger TV. But we want to do a wall mount in our bedroom and eliminate having it on a stand. But some of us still have TV stands, and the good thing with TV stands is they often have drawers and provide additional storage. We do have a little pet toy box somewhere. It's a lot smaller. I don't even know where it is right now, to be honest. But if I had it, it would probably go on that little ledge under the coffee table where I'm not keeping anything. Kind of my thing is when I'm straightening up and I find dog toys, I'll just place them inside the kennel. Because in our kitchen we have like a large wire crate, and then there's another wire crate in my daughter's room. And our dogs are usually running free, but you know, there are situations where we crate them. It's good to crate train a dog so that you've got a lot of options for travel and needing to confine them when you have company in different situations. So hopefully you've cleared all your surfaces and your dusting and straightening up, you know, wiping down windowsills, and then of course your baseboards. If there's one place that you really want to clean your baseboards, it's your living room, because that's where everybody's spending time. Even these short-term guests who aren't even staying for a meal, they're gonna be in your living room. So those are definitely a priority area. And the thing with baseboards, you want to dry dust them before you use moisture on them. That makes it easier. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to do it. You could go over them with your vacuum attachment. You can use some type of a tool. There's, if you Google it, there's tools for that. And, then you can go over them with, you could dust them with a dryer sheet. You can clean them with cleaning wipes. You can clean them with a mop. I like just going over them with a string mop that's been dampened with a cleaning product. And of course, you guys know I love using those pre-moistened disposable mop pads for virtually everything. So sometimes I'll hit the windowsills and then I'll hit at least one baseboard with that same thing, but it works better if you've dry dusted first. So anyway, get that living room clean. And maybe there's something you've been storing in the living room that doesn't need to be there. The key to keeping your living room clean, again, is going minimalist and having a place for the few things that you do store in there, and also not leaving the room empty-handed. So you're sitting around in the living room and you're heading to the bedroom, clear your glass and take it to the kitchen and put it in the dishwasher or put it in the sink, whatever your system is, before you head to the bedroom or bathroom. Okay? Try not to leave your shoes out. Irritating story, just while you're finishing up cleaning your living room, whatever you've got to do in there. The other night, I laid down on the couch and just kicked off my boots. They were Skechers boots with like the sheepskin, fur, whatever. And I just left them out there. And in the morning, I went to look for them and there was only one. And then upon further investigation, I found out that the dog had chewed one of them. And the owner of the dog, the official owner of the dog, hid the shoe. It was a whole thing. I was pretty upset. Those are not cheap shoes. And yeah, it got chewed up. And I thought, well, I thought a lot of things and I was pretty mad. But I thought, well, I guess that's one more reason to not leave the room empty-handed, because I ended up getting punished for leaving my shoes out. Some things have built-in consequences in life. It just is what it is. So anyway, that stinks. And I know it means I need to buy more bones and things. My dogs definitely like chewing on shin bones, but I need to get a few more toys for them. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't. That particular dog has destroyed 3 different pairs. Obviously, she only has to chew up one to destroy the pair, but over the last couple years, she's destroyed 3 different pairs of my shoes. And one of the ones she destroyed was in the house, in my closet when she chewed it up. And she also chewed up a pair of my grandson's shoes. But I feel like she's singling me out. I really do, because my kids leave their shoes in the living room all the time. Okay? That's my daughter's dog. Anyway, that was a rabbit trail, a rant. Let's move on. Hopefully you've gotten a living area deep cleaned. Definitely listen to another living room episode to get your other living area deep cleaned if you have more than one living area, or if you're still, dealing with a bunch of stuff in the cushions or under the couches. I get it. That room might need an overhaul. But I want you to raise the standard in that room going forward. Once you get your living room clean or your family room clean, I want you to raise the standard in that room with routines and maintenance and good habits, like taking the shoes with you, putting them in your shoe rack in the closet before you go to bed, so you don't end up like me and missing a shoe. Okay, so that's enough talk about the living rooms. Let's talk about your bathrooms. Now, bathrooms are rooms that most people are kind of minimalist, kind of like with living areas. You probably have more that you had to get rid of in your kitchen than you do in a living room or bathroom. But still, there is decluttering involved in your bathroom because you don't want your pre-clean to take super long when you go to clean the bathroom. If it's taking you forever to clean your bathroom, it could be that you have too much clutter to move out of the way during that pre-cleaning stage. That makes it harder for you to wipe down surfaces every morning after you get done getting ready, because you want to maintain your bathroom by wiping surfaces regularly in between those deep cleans. Okay, so it could mean that you need to remove old items from your makeup drawers if you have drawers in your bathroom, or it could mean that you need some containers under the sink to kind of corral your toiletries. But of course, you need to get rid of stuff and be honest with yourself about stuff that you don't use. Unopened products could be donated to a women's shelter, homeless shelter, what have you. Or maybe there's someone else in your family who's less picky about shampoo and you can put it in their bathroom. Makeup expires, toss it. People don't really want your used makeup. And maybe you need a tray or something. There was a season where I had a tray on my bathroom vanity and I could easily put everything onto the tray and then move that aside. That made it quicker to clear it and clean my sink and vanity area. Okay. Another tip I want to tell you about when cleaning your bathroom, if you have a huge mirror that you hate to clean, and this is common in a lot of master bathrooms, you take some type of a mop that's designed to attach. Basically, you attach a microfiber cloth to a mop and spray your favorite glass cleaner on the mirror and then mop it dry. And it's so easy to get it virtually streak free that way compared to doing it by hand where you're doing kind of a circular motion. It's a lot more systematic. You've got leverage on your side. It's quicker. I absolutely love mopping my bathroom mirror. Can't say enough good things about it. And you can even mop your shower walls as well, not with a microfiber cloth, but just an actual mop. As far as keeping your tub and shower clean, I recommend just keeping cleaning products close at hand, even if you want to put them in prettier containers or whatever, so that you can clean your bathtub as you're getting into it or getting out of it, and the same with the shower. That's, and I'm not talking about that rushed shower when you're trying to get out the door in 10 minutes, but I'm talking about, on a leisurely shower on a weekend, you can clean it on your way out, because then you don't worry about getting your clothes wet. And I just don't like, I don't know about you, but I don't like that feeling where I'm holding my arm up to clean in the shower and like something trickles down my arm inside of my sleeve into my armpit. I'd rather just clean the shower without clothes on. So maybe that's just me. But sometimes I will scrub just the shower floor during my bathroom cleaning session. That's the dirtiest part anyway. And I'll clean the shower walls when I'm actually in there. But using a mop can eliminate that dreaded trickle down the arm thing anyway. So hopefully by now you've removed clutter. If you didn't figure out that's what I was getting at, you've done your pre-clean. You want to remove everything off your bathroom vanity, pick up anything off the floor, and you've got to get down on your hands and knees, because in the bathroom you're using tiny items and sometimes they're rolling under the cabinet and you don't see that they're down there. Pick all that stuff up, take out your bathroom trash, remove everything out of the way so that you can just go spray happy and use your favorite cleaner on your vanity, your sink, your faucet, hardware. And I often use a tool that's similar to a toothbrush, but it's a scrub brush around my faucet and drain area of the sink. I like to end with cleaning the mirror and then giving the faucet hardware a final wipe down with a microfiber cloth to make sure that that's shined up. And then of course I make sure I've got everything in stock. Well, after cleaning the toilet. I'm getting ahead of myself. You want to give the toilet bowl cleaner some time to soak in that toilet while you're tending to the rest of the bathroom. And then right before you clean the floor, scrub the inside of your toilet, clean all the exterior parts of the toilet all the way down around it. And you may need to pause the episode to really detail that. I clean the bathroom floor around the toilet by hand. There are even products you can get if you have problems with like a urine smell. Some boys and men are missing the toilet. We don't have that problem. Disclaimer, we do not have that problem, but I've gotten questions about it, and there are products for it. Some people say shaving cream helps with it. But what's important is just getting down on your hands and knees and cleaning around the base of the toilet after cleaning the toilet, and cleaning the wall behind it and the baseboard and all that. And even if you don't have a problem with toilet misses, you want to scrub that area by hand because it's hard to reach with your mop. Okay, so maybe pause the episode to finish cleaning your toilet, and then you're going to want to mop your way out of the bathroom. Maybe you need to sweep first, or if it's a small bathroom, you might be mopping it by hand with a damp rag, with your favorite disinfectant, or even just a pre-moistened mop pad that you're using with your hand. It's a similar motion. I always say this, but it's a similar motion to like wiping down the counter after you've made toast and there's crumbs. You're grabbing up those crumbs and wiping down the counter in one fell swoop. That's kind of what you do with some light debris on a bathroom floor if it's a small bathroom. With a larger bathroom, of course, you probably sweep or vacuum first and then mop. Okay? Now, there are deeper cleaning tasks in your bathroom that I haven't mentioned yet. No worries if you're still working on just the basics. But if you're ahead of the game, you've been keeping up on your bathroom, or it was a small bathroom and you worked really quickly, now's the time to do things like wipe down the fronts of your cabinets, scrub your switch plates, outlet covers, your doors, your doorknobs. And when I talk about scrubbing your doors, door frames, it's mainly just the part that's in close proximity to the doorknob. That's where the most fingerprints and things happen. That's where people are touching the door. So scrub that. You may need to vacuum out the vent on the ceiling of your bathroom. Remember, with things that are kind of grimy and dusty at the same time, you want to dry dust them first, which you can often do with your vacuum attachment, and then wipe them down with something wet. Okay? Maybe you have a shower curtain that you need to spray and then leave it open, or maybe you need to throw it in the washing machine. Maybe you need to scrub your shower doors inside and out. I have an additional step of putting some vinegar on my shower doors to kind of combat the hard water, but I do maintain the glass shower doors by wiping them with a squeegee and or microfiber cloth after I shower. It's just a rule, and if somebody wants to use our shower, meaning the kids, we're always reminding them, okay, you can use our shower, but you're going to have to wipe down the shower doors when you're done. And we can tell when they don't. But that prevents a lot of the water spots. Our water spots are mainly like right at the edge. Just something about the way we wipe it with the squeegee, there ends up being water spots at the edge. So I scrub that with something abrasive and a little bit of vinegar. And a friend of mine told me about that, who lives in an area with hard water as well. So I hope you got a lot done during this episode. You may have more work to do if your bathroom needed an overhaul and you needed to do a lot of decluttering. But I'm hoping that I've given you the encouragement and the tools to keep your living room and bathroom clean going forward. To keep your house clean, you basically declutter, you deep clean, and then you raise the standard in each room as you get it perfectly clean. I'm not saying that your house has to look perfect all the time, but you're going to have daily habits like not leaving a room without something in your hand, or down surfaces in your kitchen when you prepare food, wiping down surfaces in your bathroom after you get ready in the morning, taking something with you when you leave the living room. These small habits can go a long way toward a home that looks perpetually tidy. And I realize some of you have challenges with kids, dogs, all the things. Been there, done that. I have 6 kids. My youngest is 13, and I've got 2 dogs, a cat. I know the struggle, but you can do this. You can raise the standard in every room of your home. Special thanks to our financial supporters who support the show, either on Patreon or by subscribing to Clean With Me Unplugged on Apple Podcasts, the Purple Podcast app. There's also a link to become a Spreaker supporter, which just basically directs you to a website where you can listen to the bonus episodes. You're not going to be on our full program without those bonus episodes, but I understand if you're not able to subscribe, just listening helps. Be sure to click follow on whichever podcast app or other platform you're listening on. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, happy cleaning. I'll talk to you in the next episode.